Hello everyone and welcome back to Navis Nobilite. I am Captain Zelnick and we are continuing our Tyranid ship overviews with the Tyranid cruiser with a whittlingly small base of 80 points. Well, what are we getting for that? You're getting a 6-hit cruiser with 20 centimeter speed, 45-degree turn, and 5 armor with 2 spores. Remember that spores also count as shields. You may choose one prow weapon for the points cost below, a 30 centimeter power acid battery that fires left, front, right, feeder tentacles, massive claws, boarding torpedoes at strength 4 at 15 centimeters at the front. You may choose one thorax weapon for the point cost listed below. Feeder tentacles, massive claws, or more boarding torpedoes. Are you seeing a pattern here? And you may choose up to 2 port and starboard weapons for the point cost listed below. Power acid batteries at strength 4, left or right, or bioplasma discharge at strength 2. Now, a lot of people tend to have a particular build that they love with this. But let's have a look at these special rules. Prow and thorax torpedoes cannot be combined in a single salvo. They must be launched separately. This is not a problem for the Tyranid cruiser. You're wanting to put out as many counters as you can, mostly to intercept incoming enemy fighters and to intercept incoming enemy torpedoes. Now, the point costs are 20 points for power acid batteries in the prow, 10 for feeder tentacles, 5 for massive claws, boarding torpedoes for 10 points. The thorax weapon, feeder tentacles are 10 points, massive claws are 5 points, boarding torpedoes are 10 points. The port and starboard weapons, power acid battery for 15 points, bioplasma discharge for 20 points. Now, again, this is not so much a class as it is a myriad number of Tyranid ships that make up a certain size when they eat enough to get bigger. These things are quintessential build-a-ships. I have seen so many different combinations of these things. Typically, the most common that I have seen in the many, many, many Tyranid battles that I have fought are people relying on this very low point cost value and keeping it cheap, just grabbing 2 pairs of massive claws and throwing it as fast at the enemy as they can, trying to, crush them like a tin can. I've also seen a combination of feeder tentacles and massive claws. I've seen massive claws and pyro acid batteries. I have seen basically almost everything you can imagine. In my experience, you either want to go cheap and grab just the massive claws and maybe boarding torpedoes, or just go full out boarding torpedoes and help fill the map with ordnance, or kit them out for actual heavy combat, take a bunch of power acid batteries and boarding torpedoes and use them to shoot things. I would recommend you keeping them dirt cheap and having as many of them as you possibly can, because these things are either going to attract the attention of the enemy for them to shoot at instead of your hive ships, or you need something a little bit more dangerous and durable. If in the case of your hive ships dying, you need something that'll go in and actually cause some significant harm to the enemy. Also recognize the only way you can get bioplasma on these things is in the port and starboard. I've seen way too many people just not take anything in the port and starboard to save points. Because again, these things are cheap. So that is the Tyranid cruiser. An excellent little escort cruiser, so to speak, and just with unlimited potential for destruction of the enemy. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all again in the next video.